That is like the world's hardest question for me. So
And in that moment, I was like, I've had enough. And then I just...
about it, and she was like, no, Zed, they're not going to let you on the plane. And I'd given up all hope by 6 p.m. And I rushed across Hanoi on my own in a car. I almost lost my life. Like, the guy was going about 200. I literally was holding on for dear life.
Maybe, but to be honest, whichever makes me the most money.
I was waiting for that answer. Real.
Hi everyone, welcome back to our third episode of the JIS Podcast. So far, you've heard from the important officials of the school, a slightly more serious side of things. But today, we want you to see the more student-led side of things. We want you to get to know the two most important gingers behind the operation of the school community. Would you guys like to introduce yourselves?
Good afternoon.
Hi.
Hey, I'm Zed. I am the head boy at Jodong International School.
Hi, I'm Tammy, and I'm the deputy head girl of Jodong International School.
So to start it off, what do you think is your role as leaders of the senior council and the school?
I would say, from my point of view as head boy, a huge part of our role is to facilitate the roles of everyone else on our student council. So we are definitely a team operation. It would be impossible for the big four. So that's myself, Tammy, Chloe, the head girl, and Marvin, the deputy head boy. It would be impossible for us to do everything on our own. So our role is to inspire not only the greater student body and our staff members, but also to inspire our student council to make the difference we know they can, to bring our vision to life. So yeah, that's what I would say our role is.
Well, you pretty much stole all the good points from me. But, yeah, I'd say it's just really... I think people view us as, like, big, scary leaders, when in reality, we're just people who, like, just want to make the school, like, more fun for everyone and just be able to make it memorable because, you know, school is going to be a part of everyone's lives. And when you look back in adulthood or just whenever in life, you can just take those little bits and pieces and just remember the fun times you have in school. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So true, because I still remember all the head boys and girls from like year 9.
I don't know if we can ask this, but who is your favorite, Claire? There's a right answer, by the way.
Oh, obviously Zed Smith.
Thank you.
Zezislaw?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. How do you guys manage your studies and like your duties? Is it stressful?
I think it really depends on your work ethic because it's a fluctuating thing because some days, well, it really depends on how much stuff you're having in a week. Like, for example, when we have huge events like International Week or Peace Week or just whatever, like, and that alongside with a lot of tests, homework, like university applications, it does get very stressful, and sometimes we're not perfect, even though a lot of people may think so. So we do crumble at times. But I think so far, as long as, you know, you just really be true to taking care of yourself, like really asking your team and relying on your team members to come through for you so you can divide and conquer, I'd say. Yeah.
Definitely, I agree with Tammy. I think managing studies and the responsibilities we have is a huge responsibility that we owe both to ourselves and to our team. Obviously, prioritizing our educations is why we're here, why we do what we do every day, why we're students. But we also signed up for this responsibility. So I think, for me, it was something that I came into year 13 knowing. Looking back at it, I would have done things very differently. The International Baccalaureate, A-levels, B-Tech, all of it, that's all difficult. They're not made to be easy. And pairing that with the responsibilities of leading a team of, how many people are on the council? Probably 15 students, 10 students.
Basically, yeah.
And then being responsible for whole school events, it is crazy. But I wouldn't change it for the world. And I think, like, the skills that we've been afforded through this opportunity, and the relationships we've built with each other have been fantastic. So I wouldn't change it for a thing.
It's so fun, but it's chaotic at the same time.
Someone get Claire a tissue.
So emotional, honestly.
So, as senior council, what event are you most proud of that you guys organized?
Like your favorite, your baby.
Our baby. Peace Week was really special.
Yeah, Peace Week, definitely.
Peace Week was the first event that we started working on as a whole team. We started working on Peace Week at the end of last year, actually, when we'd just been announced. We'd just got our council together. We had a few meetings with staff members, and we were just getting the ball rolling, really. And Peace Week is very early on in term one. So Peace Begins With Me was our vision for this year, and we really wanted Peace Week to just be a great start to the 23-24 academic year. And we invested so much time, both at the end of last year, over the summer, and the start of this year, into turning Peace Week into an event that was both similar to what JIS students had experienced before, but also with elements of difference. We wanted it to be unique, and it was just really exciting to finally be in a position. Like, I know I dreamed of being on the senior school council since I was a little kid. I was kind of a nerd, a little bit of a neek, but...
I mean, we can all tell, honestly.
Yeah, like, to add on to, like, Peace Week, I think it was the proudest, well, specifically for me, because just the amount of sheer work that had to be put into it. Like, I just remember during Peace Week, there's a walkway with all the origami, flowers and cranes just stripped along the walkway, and I just remember us struggling with needles and threads, sewing through paper, moving huge tables around while
we didn't have any ladders. We were like pushing the canteen tables.
Yeah, and prior to that, we had a decoration miscommunication. So there's this horrendous decoration blocking the whole thing that we had to strip down.
Completely repurpose.
We had to employ more people, not even in the council. We just asked like friends who were willing to come by to help stick them all up in the boiling heat from after school, which nobody has the energy for. But in the end, yeah, it was really fun, and just the energy that a lot of people brought with it, like the performances, the main day. Yeah, it was just so nice. Yeah.
To the audience, this is a real representation of the JIS community. Everyone just coming together to help, such lovely people here.
Coming together to achieve excellence, Claire.
Oh, yeah. Okay, since you guys are both seniors and you're both graduating soon, what's been like the most memorable moment in JIS for you guys?
That is like the world's hardest question for me. So I've been at JIS 10 years now. So there's just so many memories that have helped shaped me into the person I am today. But I think for me, my first solo stage performance I did in year 6 when I sang Reflection.
I remember that.
Blast from the past. So I joined the junior school choir when I was in like year 4, and I never really thought I could sing. Are you laughing at me, Claire?
No, I don't know if I really agree with that statement.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah.
Anyway, I never thought I could sing, but I was selected to sing Reflection as a junior school student in year 6 for the showcase. And I was so scared, and I got a little lost before my performance, and Mr. Kemp thought I was missing. It's like a whole drama. I also wore my watch on stage, which apparently is a cardinal sin. But we got there, we got through it, and yeah, it ignited a passion in me for performance, something I continued to do. And yeah, it's crazy. We are so lucky at this school to have the auditorium we do and the opportunities we do, and standing there in front of an auditorium filled with 750 people as like a 9-year-old was crazy.
That your moment is so like inspiring and like completely opposite of what my moment was. To clarify, does the moment have to be good or bad?
Whatever, most memorable.
Okay, basically, whenever I think of school, I just think about the most clownery thing I've ever done, which is basically, this happened in around like year 8 or 9. No, it was year 8. And we were in the same class. Do you remember geography?
8 years cooler than you.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, I remember that. And basically, it was a geography lesson, and I completely left all my devices and stuff that I needed in like another class. So I had to go and leave and walk all the way to P block from R block. And basically it started raining like very heavily, and at that time there wasn't a lot of coverage, and so TLDR, I got soaked. And I was in a panic because I couldn't find it, and so I just went running around everywhere, just continuously getting soaked. And then by the end of which I found it and I came back to class, everybody took one look at me. I was soaking like a wet dog, and basically everyone started laughing at me. And in that moment, I was like, I've had enough, and then I just started like bawling. And then what just made it very great was just everybody just suddenly went quiet, and I just hear this little voice, "Do you need a hug?"
Oh.
Who asked you?
I don't know, but I just remember
my
like
gosh.
going like, "Oh my god, I do not like this. This is." But yeah, there are also a lot of good memories, but you know, it's always those like really embarrassing things that stick with you, like when you're about to fall asleep and suddenly that particular moment just comes where it's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd say I'm grateful for all the experience whenever it happens, just because it shapes who we are at the end of the day. Yeah.
Is this the cause of your sleepless nights, Tammy?
Maybe a little bit. Also, probably the lack of sleep
Oh.
or
yeah.
the diminishing spirits in my body. Yeah.
Take care of your heads, guys. They really need this.
Real.
Oh, wait, I should be. Wait, never mind. I'm so full of energy, guys.
You know,
love.
Mr. Morel, we are fantastic. And Dr. Milner, we're definitely not prioritizing student council over our schoolwork.
Yeah. So true.
So, according to our reliable source, we asked Grace Lee for this. Tammy was named Year 12's most inspirational woman of the week. So, who do you think is your biggest inspiration in that?
First of all, like I genuinely forgot that I was nominated that, to be completely honest. So it was also but I think my biggest inspiration, I can't really pertain it to one person, because usually inspiration just comes from like spurs of multiple people and like specific events. So like I have to say like my friends, like seeing them do their schoolwork, or whenever I just need that study boost to feel inspired, or those Instagram stories of people having cute study dates just gets me motivated. But I think one person in particular who right now I can really say would inspire me is sort of like my sister. Basically, she is a very driven academic weapon. Yeah, she got 44 points in her recent IB exams, which is
Oh, was she posted on
crazy.
JIS
Yeah,
Instagram?
yeah.
I saw her.
Queen.
Yeah, and
We
like,
sent that post to each other, and we were like,
Oh my God, that
"Man,
is
this
so
is my
funny.
inspiration."
yeah, like exactly. Like I would always see her from the moment she came home, open up her books, bring out every single resource, and then have the occasional scream and cry. But you know, like it's just those moments that really inspire you and just say like, wow, like even these amazing people who are so gifted have their struggles too, and it's just a real and relatable moment to have. Yeah, that's what I'd say.
So cute. Sisterhood. Okay, we'll get back to you, Tammy. But for Zed, you recently just got back from a trip to Hanoi for MUN. What was the most eventful part?
Well, Claire, you were lucky enough to experience this with me. She's laughing through the pain. But yes, Spandita, you would know if you didn't drop out. By the way,
I
to all
have
those
priorities.
watching,
That's
Spandita
important.
dropped out of Model United Nations because she thought she was too cool for us.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
that's okay. We'll leave the beef till another time.
Mm.
Yes, we did. We got back from Hanoi yesterday. And before I tell you what my most memorable moment was, it was probably one of the best school trips I've ever been on. It was such a great group of people. And as I was Sec Gen last year, and Claire liked to call me the dad of the trip.
Yeah, he
So
was.
I was just so proud of you guys for what you achieved. It was really,
Stop.
really cool. But My most memorable moment, guys. So we left Brunei on Wednesday, and I didn't have a visa. My visa was processing at the time. Despite having been told that I needed a visa, I did not inform the members of staff on the trip I didn't have a visa because I did not want them to not let me on the plane.
Oh my.
So we're in Singapore. We're having a great time. I still didn't have a visa. Went to bed. I still didn't have a visa. Woke up on Thursday. Still did not have a visa, and I thought it was no big deal. So I told Mrs. Milner, I was like, "Oh, by the way, my visa's still applying. Like, it's still in the application stage. Like, my status is pending." And she was like, and I was like,
Famous last words.
like, I don't know what you like. It's fine. Like, don't worry about it. And she was like, "No, Zed, they're not gonna let you on the plane." And I was like, "Ha ha ha ha." She wasn't kidding. So we went to the airport. She helped me try and check in. The check-in agent said that we couldn't, like, that I couldn't get on the plane because I didn't have a visa. I then proceeded to have a very emotional moment for the following 2.5 hours until it got to the point where the staff members had to leave and check-in had closed because they were no longer accepting passengers onto the flight. I still didn't have a visa at this time. So my parents wrote a release form for me. So I was no longer under the school's care. I went and stayed with my godmother. I spent the entire afternoon calling people, emailing people, trying to arrange my visa. My parents were on the phone. Members of staff were on the phone. The tourist agent was on the phone. And I'd given up all hope by 6 p.m. Thursday night. And I went out with my godmother. I had no cell service. I came back like 3 hours later, 15 missed calls from my dad. And I had a visa. But I didn't have a ticket on the plane because they cancelled my flight. So it was like one drama followed by the next drama. But yeah, I ended up getting a seat on the flight the next day, which was just a godsend. I was so thankful that everything came into play. And then I rushed across Hanoi on my own in a car. I almost lost my life. Like, the guy was going about 200. I literally was holding on for dear life. Stopped to get petrol in the most ghetto, like, petrol station in the whole of Hanoi. Yeah, it was terrifying, but it was so worth it. I would have done it 100 times over for
We're so
that
thankful,
weekend.
Zed, that you came, our father of the trip. We were honestly so lost when he left us at Changi Airport. We were like, where do we even go? And then he left us to go into a new school by ourselves, to do Model United Nations by ourselves, without our father. Honestly.
I can't believe I did that to you.
No, it was really traumatizing.
I'm really sorry.
We're moving back to Tammy. I know you're quite a creative person. However, Intel tells us that you want to pursue business managing and marketing. So how do you manage those two interests?
I think business is inherently like very creative. Like, I feel like people, like, whenever I tell people like, oh, I want to do business in uni, they just give me this disgusted face, like, ugh, like, why business? Like, they have this image of like big, like, men in like tuxedos who are old and boring and lost of life. But in reality, I think it's like a good outlet to really put your creativity into. And, you know, like, for example, it ties with a lot of issues we have today, like, you know, global warming and pollution, like sustainability, a lot of that. And I feel like with more people going into there and just innovating on how to make the world better, it just makes the world a more successful place, and just really reminds people to take care of what they have. Yeah. And in terms of managing it, I think it's fine. Like, initially, like, it was sort of hard to, because I wanted to take 4 A-levels, and one of them was art, because I really love art. But then my teachers decided against it, and then so I was like, okay, I guess I'll drop art. So I was kind of like sad at first, but I think in a way I can still use creativity in whatever subject, and really, if you're creative, you'll find a way to apply that to any subject wherever. Yeah.
Do you plan to eventually like merge your creative side and your business side?
Maybe, but to be honest, whichever makes me the most money.
I was waiting for that answer. Real.
Like, realistically, I'd like to live a good life with money.
Agreed.
So I'll just look in the middle. Yeah, just whatever I'm happy with, and whichever sustains my needs, desires for shopping.
Real.
Yeah.
Tammy keeping it real with us. Okay, back to Zed. You've lived in Brunei for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, do you consider New Zealand or Brunei to be your home?
This is such a cynical response, so I apologize. But I left New Zealand in 2014 when I was like 7. Was I 7 or 8? 7 or 8, something like this, year 4. So I have no memory, really, of living in New Zealand, aside from, like, yeah, literally, it's all just very faded. It was very developmental years, but I can't remember a lot of it just because of all the experiences I've had while being in Brunei. That being said, I obviously don't identify Brunei with being my home either, simply because my family's not here, and to me, my family means a lot to me. My grandparents, all my cousins, I'm very lucky to have 2 very large families, and them not being here means that I guess in a traditional sense New Zealand would be home, but going back to New Zealand is such a weird experience for me because it's not like going home, if you kind of get my drift. Like it feels like a vacation. Yes, we still have a house there, but like it's not really the same, and coming back to Brunei I guess then would feel more like coming home, but again it's not home. Someone needs to do a home count. But I would say it's a really, really difficult question for me to answer. A really difficult question for me to answer because I would say I'm very much a third culture kid in the sense that I don't really feel like I have a home, so to speak. My passport is from New Zealand. I have 2. Like I have a New Zealand passport and
He's homeless.
Oh, real, unfortunately. A New Zealand passport and Polish citizenship, so like there's that, I guess. But I wouldn't say New Zealand is home, and Poland's definitely not home. I've never lived there. I don't speak Polish. My name is Polish, though. Clear attempt at it.
Would you like a
Saws.
clear pronunciation?
Yeah,
of it? A
please.
tutorial, if you will.
This is so embarrassing. I don't know which way
Wait,
is
spell
right.
it first. Spell it
Like,
first.
okay, ZDZISLAW. And then my parents call me Zdzislaw, if they want to say it like Zdzislaw. But then, like, I think in Polish it's Zdzisław, but then I don't really know. So, Claire, why are you
No,
looking at me
I'm
like
not.
that?
Promise. I love Polish culture. Poland.
Real.
Love you.
But yeah, to answer the question, no, I don't think either are home, and I will make a home when I get to the stage in my life where I can choose. Because home is where you choose it to be.
That was deep.
That was quite poetic. Yeah.
That's why
You're
you got
welcome.
head boy. I'm so taken aback by your words of wisdom.
What for Zed?
Are we allowed to do it? Are we allowed to do ASMR? Should we do ASMR edition? Are we allowed?
Your first ASMR.
Do we have like a brush that we could just like?
I think so.
Like,
Okay.
So.
God, I loved that. That was insane.
So, what do you guys plan to do after you leave Jiradong International School?
well. Wait, what's the question?
What do you guys plan to do after you leave JIS?
Well, like looking back to since I want to go into business, basically, like my motto is just sort of take one thing's step. Wait, let me reword. Take one things one step at a time. We got there. Okay. So really, I just want to focus on like uni life, cause that's a significant part of a lot of people's lives. Like parents always talk about what uni was like, and adults the same. And you know, it's new going to a new country as well, and just having a huge culture shock. Like my sister went to university to London, and during her not even her first month there, she got her phone stolen.
You're kidding.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to story time.
Basically what happened, she was walking along the road, and she just did like a normal behavior. Like, she had her bag, she wanted to grab something while she was navigating with her phone, so she leaned over like that. But unfortunately, there were two guys on a motorcycle who have been essentially following her for quite a while. Yeah, it was very creepy, and they just rode past, took it out of her hand.
Did she get it back?
No.
Oh my god.
So she got a new phone,
Oh.
but at the expense of trauma, because she, in desperate times, we sort of gained some sort of superpower. So she chased after that motorcycle for a good 3 minutes. A good 3 minutes, and she did get
Did
close.
you say 3 or 30?
3 minutes.
Oh, I thought you said 30 minutes. I was like, good lord, she's running like the New York Marathon.
Yeah,
Good for her.
she gave up a good fight, but in the end, a motorcycle is a motorcycle. But
And a Tanya's only a Tanya.
yeah. And so, what I want to do after school is not get my phone stolen, and
that's
sort of just be happy where I am. I know it's probably just gonna be still be stressful, maybe a little bit more than what is already going on, but yeah, I think just take one step at a time. Yeah.
That's such a good answer.
Thank you.
I mean, the plan for me is a little less defined at this point in time, because I will be heading either home to New Zealand. Oh, I just said it.
Oh.
Home to New Zealand. Guys, I'm
He found his answer.
literally a fraud.
This
I
is
am
this is a journey.
It's my Roman
Yeah.
Empire moment. Yeah.
Think about this every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell.
Anyway, either I'll be going to New Zealand or to Australia. So uni there doesn't start until February. So I have like 6 months off, and I'm either gonna work for like a family business type thing, or I'm also looking at getting my swim instructor training, and then I'll coach swimming, and then uni, which will be, as Tammy said, terrifying and stressful, and I'm scared to be on my own too, but it's all exciting. It's all like a chapter of life. It's all a new chapter. So yeah.
What do you want to do in uni?
I want to study econs.
Oh. We're in the money business.
Yeah, literally.
We'll drop Zed's LinkedIn in the bio. If
Oh my
anyone-
gosh, actually my LinkedIn, Zed Smith, please follow me on LinkedIn. I literally would love you to death. Yeah.
Okay. Last few questions. Describe each other in 3 words.
I'll give you the honor to go first.
Oh my gosh, Tammy, no. I would say organized.
Oh.
Oh, I'm wrong already. Well, I would say calm. Okay, in my in my experience, you're the calm one. Okay, like when we're faced with a crisis, like it's me who's screaming, it's Chloe who is
Angry.
like raging, it's Marvin who's just he's just Marvin.
He's just in his he's Marvin.
He's just Marvin. And then it's Tammy who's like, okay, guys, like let's just take a moment. Okay, this is the plan. And then organized, calm, and like so intelligent it like hurts. Like she's literally a genius. Literally a genius. So those are my 3 words. You better be nice to me because I was so nice to you, Tammy.
Thank you. That's what I like about you. You're honest, but I'm not going to use that word. You're very elegant, I'd say.
Oh.
Elegant,
Oh.
yeah.
Agree with
I
that
see
one.
it.
Just the way you carry yourself, and I'd say you have a charismatic. That's it. You're very charismatic. I still remember your iconic performance in this year's Speak Out.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, it was
Monarch won, by the way. Monarch Kingfisher.
Yeah, yeah.
Speak Out or War of Words?
War of Words.
Yeah, War of Words.
War of Words,
It was
yeah.
War of
War
Words.
of
Sorry.
Words is like debate between like the houses in the school on like a topic, and Zed really delivered. Yeah.
Mm. What did I do, Claire? You remember what I did? You better remember.
Were,
No. What's your phrase?
oh,
You remember. Come on, Claire. Don't make me look stupid now.
I'm sorry, I have short-term memory.
Now I'm going to look vain because I have to say it.
No, you say it.
Ate and didn't leave anything on the plate.
Oh,
Claire.
yes. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
Forgot
but
my
now
own
I look
catchphrase.
vain.
No,
It's
Zed
okay.
really did eat
Yeah.
and didn't leave anything on the plate.
Thank you.
Yeah.
He just absorbed all the crumbs. He ate the plate. He ate the plate. Yeah, like it was just. Oh, you were so sassy, and I loved it. You know, it was like a debate, but like a cat fight debate. You know, just two people going at it. Yeah, and for the last word, I think I'd say very real. You're a very real representation of having the best and the worst of both worlds.
Oh.
In like a good way,
Elaborate. I'm
Yeah.
curious.
You know, like you're not afraid to show like whenever you're struggling or just whenever you're having like a bad day. Lord knows the amount of heartbroken Taylor Swift songs you've blasted in the Leadership Hub, which I've.
Oh my God. Tammy.
It's okay.
That's a business office. You're not meant to expose me for that.
Speak your truth. You know. I
Speak
mean,
now,
what are they gonna do? Fire us? Fire us? You
I
know?
don't think I can.
Okay.
But yeah, that's what I describe you.
Thank you, Tammy.
In light of songs, you both have to give us one of your favorite songs.
My current song obsession is Stick Season Noah Kahan, and I will not be elaborating on that.
Thank you.
I've been in my angsty teen era, so I've been listening to Teenagers by My Chemical Romance quite a bit. Whenever, you know, I'm sort of on the edge a little bit, like this close. Yeah.
Oh.
It's very great. It's a great moment.
On that note, I think we're going to end the podcast here. Thank you all for watching, and we hope to see you next episode.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
And thank you to our loved ones. You're welcome.